Hi, I am the Purpose Doctor and my name is Olugbenga-wyse. I am a purpose-driven peak performance and career clarity coach. I help people map out their career paths with ease and to help them operate in the ideal career they are best built and designed for. Thanks for subscribing to my Wise Career Nuggets. It's my way to help you create a productive and highly rewarding career. In the last Career Nugget, I shared how your career success starts with your mind. Today, I will be sharing how to deal with limiting beliefs in your career. Henry Ford once said that whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. It all depends on what you choose to believe. Belief is a fundamental part of your career success or failure. A classic story to best understand this is the interesting story of some elephants found at a circus ground when a man took a walk around there. He noticed some elephants who weighed between 5,000 pounds to 14,000 pounds were not caged but had tiny chains around their feet. The man then asked the trainer why the elephants didn't break free, considering their size. He revealed a very interesting fact that the same size of chains were used to tie the elephant when they were much smaller. They definitely tried to break free at that young age, no doubt, but they couldn't and then realized that they were helpless because the chains were at the time strong enough to restrict them. So, they are eventually not conditioned to break free from the chains, and even though they are much stronger and bigger now, they still feel that they can be restricted by those tiny chains and wonder if it's really worth fighting it. The moral of this story is that the elephants had experienced what we call learned helplessness. It's a state of the mind where we are conditioned to accept limitations are real and can't be broken simply because they have become a part of our lives. It's a state of the mind where we are conditioned to believe and accept self-sabotaging beliefs. I know this sounds familiar to you, right? Yes, just like those elephants, there are many of such strong mindsets and beliefs that have limited us for many years and subconsciously serve as barriers to our career success. The sad truth about limiting beliefs is that even when a way of escape or solution presents itself, our minds have become too conditioned that we become blind to the opportunities, or we resist it in self-defense and develop a coping strategy to adapt to it. This is how we gradually develop fixed mindsets about our career and life, rather than being open to having a growth mindset that accepts that we are bound and allowed to make mistakes and learn from them no matter how long it takes. Now, many career professionals go through life feeling that they can't go beyond a level just because they have made an error or two in the past. Forgive yourself, be easy on yourself, and cut yourself some slack, my friend. You feel you aren't good or smart enough simply because you've failed many exams in the past. You feel that you don't deserve some pay raise because you have never earned, seen, or experienced that kind of pay before. You feel you aren't worth it simply because you finished from a certain caliber of institution, or you feel your gender, age, background, or degree to some extent should dictate or define your outcome in life. Why don't you try to flip the coin, the other way, fam? Aren't there people who were born into rich homes, had amazing backgrounds, attended great institutions, or even finished with the best of grades, and they still ended up nowhere? That tells you one thing, my friend, that life happens to everyone, but life bends and gives way to people who take charge and do not sulk about it. One example of a fixed and a limited mindset is that when life throws a curveball, those with a fixed mindset will say, "Why me?" But those with a growth mindset will say, "Why not me?" Now, here are 5 amazing tips that I would like to share with you if you desire to experience a rewarding and successful career and to fight and deal with self-sabotaging beliefs. 1. Appreciate your awesomeness, my friend. Learn the art of praising yourself rather than belittling yourself. Tell yourself often how good looking, brilliant, smart, productive, blessed, amiable, favored, and even privileged that you are. The more you say it, the more your mind begins to condition itself to believe it over time. Internal validation always supersedes external validations. 2. Transform your mind by renewing what you permit into it. Create affirmations by flipping those fears and constantly saying them to yourself till you have internalized them well enough to begin to believe it. For example, if your limiting belief is that you fail exams too many times too often, flip that fear and tell yourself that you write exams and you pass them. If your limiting beliefs are the fact that you have never been promoted on a job and you have believed over time that you can never be, just simply flip those fears into words of affirmation and say to yourself that people like you get and deserve promotions. You can even record your affirmations and use them as your ringtones. 3. Stretch and challenge your mind, my friend, and expose it to your fears. For example, if you have never seen yourself work for an organization before because you feel that only some kinds of people, special breeds, are recruited there, pay that kind of organization a deliberate and intentional visit. Meet people there. Introduce yourself. That visit can do a thing or two to break that self-sabotaging belief. 4. Practice the art of meditating on the career that you have always desired. Meditate often on the images, the places, the people, or even the things that represent or best describes them till you internalize them well enough to begin to attract them. Internalize it so much that you begin to sound like it, look like it, act like it, and you even eventually become it. And finally, my friend, guard your minds and think only on the things that are true, pure, noble, and of good report. Meaning that whenever anything contradictory to the career of your dreams arises or reminds you or suggestively empowers your limiting beliefs or self-sabotaging beliefs, don't give that thought a second or an ounce of a second before you dispel it and replace them with positivity, my friend. With these, I believe you are closer than you can imagine to destroying or disempowering those limiting and self-sabotaging beliefs that have held you back from your desired career success. You can be anything that you want, my friend. It's all in the mind. I hope this has been very helpful. Share this with a friend, family, or colleague who might need this, and anticipate the next nugget where I will be talking about your network and your net worth. You can also book a free 30-minute career clarity and coaching call at Olugbenga-wyse.com. And feel free to follow me on my social media handles at Olugbenga-wyse to learn more. Remember, all we do is win, and it always pays to be wise.